Kids shouting in the streets, setting the dogs off barking, and they're taking forever to park their car. God. People these days, hey? Hiya! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. I was going to say, you may or may not notice that I've had my hair cut, but you probably really won't because I literally just had a very small trim off the ends. So basically it looks the same as always, and you can't even really see the ends of it anyway, so you won't have even noticed the tiny inch shorter that it is. But I did just get my hair cut, so I just thought I'd put that out there. Today, as you can tell from the video title, I am going to be doing a full face of NYX makeup. As if you've been following me for a while, then you will know that NYX is one of my fave high street brands. I often use a lot of their products, a lot of them I use on a day-to-day basis as well. And then it sort of hit me, why have I never done a full face of NYX makeup before when I love it so much? So today I'm going to be using a mixture of products that I've never used before, some I've only used a couple of times before, and other ones that I use on a day-to-day basis. So it's kind of a bit of a first impressions mixed in with some of my fave NYX products as well. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's get straight into the makeup. So the first thing I'm going to start with using is the Pore Filler Primer. I feel like I might have used this once or maybe twice before, but quite a little while ago when I literally first got it, and I can't really remember what it's like. I literally barely use this one. I normally use the NYX Colour Correcting Liquid Primer, the green one, as it helps to neutralise redness, which is quite common for me. But I thought today I'll shake it up, change it up a little bit and go for this one, as I can't really remember what it's like. And it's coming out, it's sort of like a pink liquid. Oh, I remember this, it's kind of foamy, I think. Oh, this looks interesting in the consistency. So I'm just going to put a bit of this, I'm just going to smudge it around my face. Ooh. Oh my god, it literally just foamed up on my face. It looks like that like prank foam or that party foam. Oh wow, okay. It literally does look like, oh, what's it called? That like silly string stuff. It comes out like that. Ooh, but it is very, ooh, I do like this consistency that it gives though. It makes your skin feel very smooth. Oh, I can recommend this. This feels really nice. I like that. I will start using this one more, I think. Oh, it does really make your skin feel so nice and soft. I mean, it does say, what does it say for the finish? Creates a satiny smooth finish, minimizing the appearance of enlarged pores. Definitely think it's going to do that. It does honestly feel so nice. If you ever even just go down to the NYX store, just try a little bit of this out and like rub it onto your hand. It does have such a smoothing, satiny finish, as it says. Ooh, oh, my skin feels so nice after that. Definitely give this one a go as a new primer. I am next going to use the Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation, and I've picked up the one in the shade Nude Beige, which is number 1.7, and this is brand new. I've never used this before, so I'm excited to give it a go. I generally like a matte finish foundation. I always use the same foundation as well, so I'm excited to try a new one out. I've just loved the one that I always use, so I've never really changed it up. Oh, it's got quite, okay, no, it's not too liquidy. I thought it was going to be a really liquidy consistency, but it's sort of like, it's quite runny. I think it's runnier than my usual one. What I don't like about this though is that it's like a squeezy bottle, whereas my normal one has like a little dropper tool, so I normally just drop it on my face directly and then blend it in with a sponge. But this one, I always feel like whenever you have to put it on your hand, you'll end up using up so much more product and wasting loads as well. But anyway, let's just give this a go. I'm just going to use my beauty blender for this. Oh, it does blend out quite nicely actually. It's not very high coverage, which I don't mind personally because I normally tend to stick to lower coverage foundations anyway, as I don't really get too spotty, so I don't really like to wear too much foundation on a day-to-day basis anyway, as I don't want it to clog up all my pores, etc. So I do normally keep my foundation wear to a minimal. But if you are someone who loves a good high coverage foundation or needs some kind of high coverage foundation, then this is probably not the one for you. NYX might do other ones that are more high coverage, but this one I think is just nice for adding an extra sort of layer if you're just wanting a little bit of a foundation layer to help even out your skin tone. But I do like how this blends in. It does blend in really smoothly, and I just squeezed out that little bit onto my hand at the start and I've still got some left. So actually with this one, a little bit does go quite a long way, which is good. Hopefully that means it will last quite a while then as well. So next up for concealer, I've got their HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. Again, this is brand new, never tried it out before, so hoping it will be good. I've picked up their liquid concealer because since discovering the Revolution Concealer and Define Concealer, I've never gone back to like a stick concealer or any other kind of concealer, to be honest. I've just stuck with liquid. That became my new fave. Oh, this is quite orange. I mean, I did ask the woman in the shop which one she thinks I should go for, and she did recommend this one. It does look very orange. I normally have a slightly more paler tone for my concealer, not gonna lie, but we will give it a go all the same. Hopefully it will just blend out really well. So yeah, that is quite orange for me. I do like it paler under my eyes so that it really brings out contour when you do it. Don't think this will be a new fave. The foundation I'm liking. This maybe not so much, but then that's just more of the shade currently that's putting me off this. Let's just blend it out all the same and hope it kind of merges in to my skin. Don't think I'll be able to use this one in winter when I'm like super pale and pasty. I mean, I know I'm not the most tanned right now either, but it has just been summer and I'm about as tanned as I'm gonna be. So, I mean, in winter, this one might not be the best option. I mean, it's blended in all right, but like I said, I prefer paler tones under my eyes, just really bring out the contour later on. But it will do, it's blended in okay. It doesn't like stand out or anything ridiculous. So it's blended in easily then. In terms of like the actual consistency and texture of the concealer, it's blended out pretty well. So besides the fact that it's slightly the wrong shade for me, the actual concealer as a product itself is pretty good. I'm just gonna set my base now using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. This I have used before. I haven't used it for a while though, and it's just a white translucent kind of powder. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on the edge of my brush. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but it does just help to sort of keep everything on for a little bit longer and sort of mattifies everything, which I quite like. I'm not a fan of looking shiny at all. And also with this powder, a little bit does go a long way, which is good because I've had this a while and it's still going. I don't use it every day, it's not my go-to everyday one, but I have used it a fair bit in the past as well. So now on to contour. I will be using my trusty NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, which I'm sure you will have seen me use before because this palette I pretty much use in all my makeup videos for my contour. I love it. It's such a good price and it looks kind of, is it like the Anastasia Beverly Hills? Which one? Oh, there's some like brand, is it Anastasia Beverly Hills, which has a similar layout to this one. This one's a lot cheaper. Probably the pigment in the more expensive one is maybe slightly better. But you know what, for every day, this is so good. And I think it's about £18, I want to say, which really isn't bad at all. Oh yeah, by the way, I've just taken this shade here to use for my contour, and I'm just gonna pop this under my cheekbones. And then I'm also just going to pop a little bit down either side of my nose, and then a bit along my forehead. Oh, has anyone been watching X Factor at the moment actually? As I'm filming this, it's only been on Saturday and Sunday. As you're watching this though, is this going up on Sunday? Yeah, so there would have already been another episode out. What do you think of like the new judges and everything and how it's playing out so far? Let me know what you think. I find it kind of weird how there's Robbie Williams' wife there. I don't know. I didn't know her before as an actress. I'm also just going to pop this under my chin as well. But yeah, I didn't know her before as an actress or who she was really. But then I was just like, oh okay, so there's an actress as one of the judges. Bit weird how she's not in the music industry. And then I found out it was actually Robbie Williams' wife, and I was a bit like, did they just run out of options and she was like a last minute pull-in by Robbie, or what exactly happened there? I don't know. Like, she seems nice enough, I don't have anything against her, but I just find it a bit weird. I don't know, let me know what you think. I am now gonna take the yellow shade over here, and I'm going to use this on my cheeks, just over here. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush for this. And on the other cheek down here as well, sort of in a triangle under my eyes, and then a bit down center of my nose and on my chin, and then to the center of my forehead. And then I'm finally going to take this pale pinky candle one here, and I am going to just apply that where I've basically put the yellow, but literally right in the centre, so only covering a minimal area of where I just put the yellow, if that makes sense. Now time for the all-important highlighter. I don't normally use this one, I normally use my powdered H&M one, but today I'm going to be using the Away We Glow liquid highlighter, which I have used a couple of times before. I'm still trying to get to grips with whether I like liquid highlighters or not. I think I generally prefer a powder if I'm fully honest, but I thought, you know what, today for the next video I will be using this liquid one, so I'm just going to put a few dots of it along just above my cheekbones either side, and then literally just rub that in with my finger. I don't know how else to use fingers for makeup sometimes as well. Certain things, using your finger to rub it in is actually so much easier than using a brush or a sponge. Some people find it gross, I know, but I have got clean hands, I promise you. I have just recently washed them. I actually love the glow of this highlighter, but I'm just really not a fan of liquid highlighters. Like, can you see that? I love it for the glow it gives, but just liquid highlighters and me just don't generally go. I don't know, let me know what you prefer, whether you prefer a powder or a liquid when it comes to using a highlighter. So that's my highlighter on, and I'm now going to move on to brows. This you definitely would have seen me use before. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I use the one in the shade Blonde. This is like my trusty everyday go-to eyebrow pencil, and I love that it's got a brush at one end as well, which helps because it means you don't have to carry around with an extra brush with you, which is always good. And then it's just got a very thin pencil at the other end, which I really like because I love just to recreate a sort of natural looking brow as opposed to going too full on. I guess just because my brows are quite fair. I've never really gone full on with my brows before, so I think it would just, at first it would take some like getting used to and adjusting. If you've never seen me before, then you might not even realise, but for me, I'm more about just sort of that natural brow look. So now moving on to eyes, and I'm just going to use the HD eyeshadow base as my primer for my eyes. Again, this I've used before. This is like my go-to eyeshadow primer. I love NYX for the fact that they have got some amazing products, but as it's a high street brand, it's also affordable as well. I remember when I first discovered NYX back in like, I think it was 2016. Yeah, because it was when I went to New York and Toronto that summer, and I like literally made my family trek. They didn't sell it anywhere in America at that point. I don't know if they do now actually. Let me know if you have NYX in America. I think it's a Canadian brand, I'm pretty sure. I know it's owned by L'Oreal, but I think like the base of NYX is Canadian, I want to say. I'm not sure though. So there was loads of NYX stores all over there, and I tracked down this one that was like miles away, and I made my parents and my sister trek all the way to go and find it just because I was determined to try some NYX makeup, as I'd seen there just like a massive hype about it, and someone else had shown some product or something, and I was determined to get it. And then ever since then I've sort of just been obsessed with NYX, to be honest. But honestly, their products are amazing for the price you pay. That is my eyeshadow base on, and for my eyeshadow I'm going to use this little palette which is called Explicit, and it's number 2. It's just one of their cute little 4-piece eyeshadow palettes, and I thought I would take this one. I don't think I've used it before. No, I definitely haven't, because it's got the tape still on it. And if I can get into it, let me see. I swear makeup's always the hardest thing to get into, particularly like mascaras. Why do they make it so difficult? There we go. Oh no, wait, hang on, I'm not quite in. I'm in. I thought I would choose this one just because it's got some really pretty sort of colours for autumn coming up. So I'm going to use a combination of these 3 here. I'm not going to go with the blue. I'm never that brave with my eyeshadows. I don't really go for bold colours like blue. But I'm going to create a sort of fall autumnal look using these 3. Hopefully it'll be nice. I have no idea what the pigment's like because I've never used them before. But I'm going to start by applying the white kind of pale shade all over my eyelid as a base. I'm holding too many things. I don't know where to put the palette as it's so little. I don't want it to fall off my lap. These like 4-piece eyeshadow palettes though, what are so great about them, I normally buy like the bigger ones with a massive range of colours that you can create like multiple looks out of. I mean, you can still even do that with 4 eyeshadows, to be honest. But they are great for travelling. That's always what I love about them. If you find a good small palette which has got good shades in it that you love, then they are so useful for traveling. Pigment actually is pretty good as well. I'm quite happy with the pigment I'm getting from this shadow. So I am next going to take this sort of orangey shimmery shade. It's actually got some glitter in it, which is really pretty. And I'm going to apply this to sort of the outer half of my eyelid. Yeah, the pigment is actually really good. It's picking up loads on the brush with just like one swipe of it, which is good. I love a good pigmented eyeshadow. It also means you use less product each time you're using it. This is actually a really pretty shade. I like this one. I will definitely use this palette more. I've had this palette for a little while and I always go for the same makeup products. I'm that person who, once I found something I love, I just stick to it. But I need to experiment more with different makeup, especially if I have it. Like, I had this NYX palette sitting there, and if it wasn't for making this video, I probably still wouldn't have tried it yet. So I'm happy that I have though, because I really like this shade. Just gonna blend that out with the white base. Okay, then I'm finally going to take the dark brown shade here and use this in the outer half of the crease of my eye, just to bring the whole look together and add in a sort of darker shadow. Yeah, you really don't need much of this one at all. There we go, that's my eyeshadow done, and I'm actually really happy with these colours. It's definitely with like the autumn, winter seasons coming up. I think these are great colours for it, so definitely going to be taking that palette with me a lot more, especially when I'm travelling. Like I said, it's a really little handy palette to have, and I think they're actually the first NYX eyeshadows I've ever tried, and I'm really impressed and like happy with the pigment, which is good. I've then got one of their mascaras to try. This is brand new, I've never used it before. I was looking at the name, I was like, how do you say that? It's the NYX Badunkadunk. Badunkadunk. Badunkadunk, Badunkadunk. Badunkadunk. I have no idea, but that is a name and a half for a mascara. And this is a volume and length mascara. I thought as I'm trialing this out, I'll get one that does both. I can't remember what the brush on this one was like. Oh wow, it's a big brush. I quite like a big brush on a mascara, and it's got very short little brush hairs. What do you call them? Is there a name for the little things on a mascara brush? I can't think. I feel like there is, but I can't think of what it might be. Oh wow, this is like a massive brush though. I'm quite used to using a big brush, but this one is huge. I'm just going to be careful not to get any on my cheek because I'm looking down to do my top eyelashes. It's definitely adding length, that's for sure. For volume, I don't know if it's doing much. I mean, it's adding some volume, but for length, it's definitely a good one. And yeah, no, definitely length is winning over volume on this one. So if you're looking for a lengthening mascara, this one could work well. But as a volume mascara, it's not done much for volume. But then again, my everyday mascara is one that's just for volume, so that's why maybe this doesn't look so volumizing to me, because I'm used to using a mascara which literally its only job is volume and not length. But it's still a pretty decent, good mascara. And also for these ones in this range that look like this in this packaging, there was so many different ones. There was the length, volume, volume and length. I don't know what else. There was literally so many different ones. There must have at least been like a good 5 or 6 in this range that look like this. Oh, the only thing with the big brush is trying to get the small lashes on the inside is a lot harder. Gonna go in with a second layer on the top lashes, as I normally would with mascara anyway. And then to finish off my look for lips, I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Sandstorm. And this is actually the first ever NYX product that I bought. I've bought so many Liquid Suede lipsticks since, but this one has always remained a fave. This is what I made my family trek across Canada for, because someone had used this and I loved it and I really wanted to get my hands on one. So that is what I did, and honestly I just love this shade so much because it's such a, I'm into like neutrals, but it goes so well with everything. Also for autumn as well, it's a really nice autumnal shade, but without being too dark. This looks so fake, so I've just got a bit in the middle, but it's not like too dark, so you can still wear it during the day as well, because I find some autumnal shades that are like really dark, when you wear them in the day it looks a little bit too much for the daytime, but this one is like a great in between. And then to just finish it all off, I'm going to use the Matte Finish Setting Spray, which I've just got this cute little travel size one of, just to set my makeup and keep it all in place. I never know how long to wait before opening my eyes with the setting spray because I don't want my mascara to then like smudge everywhere and just ruin the whole thing. And there we go, that is my finished look I've created using all NYX products. So definitely a full face of makeup on a budget or by a high street brand. I think it's worked really well. And I have also really enjoyed discovering some new products that I've never tried before, as well as testing out ones that I already had but never used before. And overall I would say it's been a success. I actually really like this look and I'm going to be using a lot of those products a lot more. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash a big thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed it, as well as clicking on that little red subscribe button down below. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you could do that. Don't forget to also tap on that notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload, and I'll be sure to see you on Wednesday with a brand new video. Bye!